unorthodox insights, where medicine meets meaning and where healing begins with awareness. Today, I want to invite you into a story that's both scientific and deeply spiritual. It's the story of the world within you. We often say, I'm feeling anxious, or I'm not myself lately. But have you ever stopped to ask, who is this I? Is it just the mind? Is it just the body? Or could it be billions of beings working together to keep you alive? Let's explore that today. What we call me, this identity we so strongly defend, is in fact a super organism. You're not just one being, you are a biological symphony made up of trillions of microbes. In your gut, in your skin, your lungs, your mouth, and even the most intimate corners of your body. These microbes are not passive passengers. They are co-architects of who you are. They produce serotonin, your happy chemical. They shape your immune system. They influence your metabolism. They even talk to your brain through nerves, hormones, and immune signals. So here's a radical thought. Maybe your thoughts, your cravings, your moods are not always yours to begin with. Maybe they are the echoes of the world inside you trying to get your attention. Okay, let's talk science now. Simple and straight. Your gut brain axis is a two-way communication channel between your digestive system and your central nervous system. This connection works through four core pathways. Number one, the neural pathway. This is your enteric nervous system, primarily your vagus nerve, which is constantly sending data up to the brain. This includes signals from microbes like Lactobacillus reuteri, Bifidobacterium longum, and Faecalibacterium rhodesinsky. Number two, endocrine. Your stress system, the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, releases cortisol and adrenaline, which in turn change your gut flora and gut lining. Number three, your immune system. When your gut barrier weakens, toxins like lipopolysaccharides leak out. This triggers inflammation and even neuroinflammation, which can show up as fatigue, mood swings, or fogginess. Number four, your metabolic system. Your microbes produce something called as the short-chain fatty acids like butyrate and neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA. 95% of serotonin is made in your gut, not your brain. Now that we know about these four pathways, let's zoom in on what happens when you are actually under stress, especially chronic stress. Number one, sympathetic overdrive kicks in. You're never switching off your system for the repair mode to set in. So cortisol gradually raises. Gut motility changes. Your digestion slows or becomes erratic. Your gut becomes inflamed or leaky. Number two, stress hormones like norepinephrine actually feed these harmful bacteria, while your good bacteria like lactobacillus start dying off, often usually within just 48 hours of intense stress. Number three, your mucous barrier starts weakening. This is where Akkermansia mucinophila, one of your gut's key protector, begins to disappear. Number four, your vagus nerve loses tone. That means your brain stops receiving calming feedback from your gut. You, you feel less safe, more reactive, and probably more anxious as well. Now let's dive into the dysbiosis that is actually affecting your mind. Once your gut flora is imbalanced, or what we call dysbiosis, here's what can happen. You produce less butyrate, which means less brain protection, less neurogenesis, and more inflammation. Number two, tryptophan, the amino acid that should become serotonin, gets stolen and converted to kynurenine, an inflammatory chemical linked to depression. GABA production drops, which means you feel anxious and on the edge all the time. The microglial cells in the brain gets activated, and this can show up as fatigue, fog, irritability, and emotional imbalance. Now that you know how your gut and your mind are interacting with each other, I'm gonna give you the secrets about gut-brain axis, which only the top 5% knows. Here's what most people, even many doctors, don't yet realize. Certain psychobiotics like B. longum or L. helveticus have shown results comparable to SSRIs, most commonly prescribed antidepressants, in reducing anxiety without any side effects. Your vagus nerve is trainable through practices like humming, chanting, breath work, and cold exposure. You can actually restore this powerful nerve and reset your gut brain rhythm. Mucosal immunity is your inner peacekeeper. When emotional trauma reduces secretory IgA, microbial harmony collapses. This opens the gate to inflammation. Your enterotype, that is, the dominant microbe type in your gut, can predict your emotional baseline. People who have pivotal dominance tend to link with anxiety, and people who have bacterial types are more resilient. And this is influenced by your diet, stress, lifestyle, and the environment you're constantly exposing yourself to. The first 1,000 days of life, from the womb to your toddlerhood, imprint your entire gut brain set point. So, early antibiotic use, formula feeding, and even maternal stress can shape your risk of irritable bowel syndrome, anxiety, or ADHD later on in your life. Now, let's move from self care towards stewardship. What does that mean? Here's where it all comes together. You're not just feeding your gut to digest better. You are feeding your gut to think clearer, to feel safer, to show up in your purpose. So remember, every time you breathe deeply, eat mindfully, forgive someone, or release anger without judgment, you're not just taking care of yourself, you're tending to a living ecosystem inside of you. You are reducing the wildfires in your internal forest. You are cultivating an inner biodiversity. You are becoming a guardian of the world within. As we wrap up this journey, I invite you to reflect. What habits am I feeding that grows deep inside me? Have I ever thanked my microbiome for protecting me? What if my sadness or anxiety wasn't just in my head, but a cry from within. What would it mean to live as a conscious steward of my inner world? Think about it. These are the questions which I tend to ask myself, and it helped me build a beautiful relationship between my mind and body. If this moves something inside you, know that this is just the beginning. Follow us on Instagram for more real time insights and micro guides on gut health and emotional healing. Subscribe to the Superdoc Vitality Hub and join a growing tribe of health conscious, purpose driven professionals ready to lead the future of integrative healing. Until the next episode, stay balanced, stay healthy, and remember you are more than what you think you are. This is Dr. Krishna Bharat signing off from the space where science meets your soul. Until next time.